What's shaking? It's your boy Red Clay LHE, aka the Wash Rapper, aka your baby mama's favorite baby daddy, aka Stepdaddy Clay. What's shaking? We here. Keep it brief today. Some stuff on my mind. Grandmaster Flash. We gotta talk to you today. Um, I saw something. I don't know if it's making its way around social media yet, but I saw a clip Grandmaster Flash on Star from Star and Buck Wild Show, talking about an excerpt from his book about him being 19, falling in love with a 13-year-old. So my question to everybody today is, are we gonna have this same energy for him as we have for everybody else? Or because he's a godfather of hip hop, ain't nobody got to say nothing? Now, I will say Homeboy did he called Star Show and he tried to cop please and make it better, but I feel that he kind of like pretty much dug a hole for himself. Um I don't think he did himself any justice. I don't think he helped himself out. Let's get into it though. We take a listen. We check it out.
Okay, on the line with me, the legend, the man, Grandmaster Flash. Are you there, sir?
How are you, Star? How's everything going, man?
I'm going good, man. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I want to just get right into it. Could we just jump right in? Is that okay?
Please. The book is called The Adventures of Grandmaster Flash. My life, my beats. The chapter in question is the one I want you, but I want you to want me too. And you speak about Sweet Pea, and this is some type of concern with people right now.
Okay, so let me just say this. Everything in my book was correct, but this is what I didn't do in my book.
Okay.
I didn't define the timeline when we met and when she was a consulting adult. I want to make this absolutely crystal clear, Star.
Okay.
I am not a pedophile. I am not a child molester.
Right.
I'm going to make that really clear.
At no point did I call you that. You know, you and I are very, very cool. So I mean, I just wanted to.
Thank you.
I appreciate this call on some real shit. At any point, if you want to say, Star, fuck you, nigga, I'll take that from you. I'll take that from you.
No problem.
But now, in the book, in this chapter, you are 19 years of age. It specifies that, and Sweet Pea, a.k.a. Paulette Jeffrey, was 13. And Flash, you speak about her body.
Okay, let me stop you. May I stop you?
Come on.
Let me tell you the first time I seen Paulette. Paulette was in the club.
Okay.
Actually, in my club.
I read the book.
Right. So the question is how old she was or how old she wasn't. She was in the club.
Right.
And I think that adults should be in the club. What do you think?
Flash, I'm just going by the book. I know she came up. She was standing near you. She had on an intruder's jacket, yes?
Yeah, she was, the name of their crew was called the Intruders, yes.
Yeah.
With her sisters and the crew.
Yeah, and she was a little ringleader. She wasn't giving you no love. You gave her a shout out on the microphone. At first, she ignored you. Then she came over to the table. I read the book, homie. I'm not, trying to come at you sideways. She came over to the table.
Sure.
She came over to the table, and you specified in the book. You said 6 months ago, that ass didn't want no parts of me. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't understand the question.
No. I'm just clarifying. You were 19, she was 13, and I read the book, and I'm just, people sent me this intel and said, hey, Star, what about your friend Flash? He's talking about being in love.
But I want to make this absolutely clear, Star.
Yes, come on.
As far as that age, that ain't what she said.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that, but she was in the club, and I'll say it once again, and this is really making me a little upset here.
Uh-oh.
I'm not a pedophile, not a child molester. Just want to make this really clear.
Gotcha.
Please continue.
Okay, all right. So now you did go to her house. You met her mother, and her mother gave you her correct age, and you still said, hey, I'm in love. I don't care. And her mother hit you in the head a couple of times, but you kept coming back to the house. And, again,
actually, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you kept coming back to the house, and this was, again, man, just a relationship. I didn't insinuate any type of sexual, foreplay went down. I'm just going by the book. I'm going by the book.
Okay, I will say this, Star. She didn't look it, and I definitely was in total shock when her mother said that she was 13 years old. From that point on, I knew absolutely I cannot have any dealings with her.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on. So, homeboy Flash, Grandmaster Flash, the legend. Now, he's saying that once he found out, he was like, nah. But in your book, you says you kept coming back. You was on it like that. Like, you was on it in your book. Now, it take you time, like thoughts. You sit with your thoughts when you write a book. You draft it, you redraft it, it's proofread, all of that. You had time to think about these words before they was put on paper, right? But now you trying to back out of it when you wrote it.
But now the book, if I may, the book tells a story, your words about being in love, and it speaks about, the things you guys went through. It speaks about her saving your life, as you said, by way of, cocaine. And I was coked out, Flash. I was coked out in the 80s, but, I kept my bearings straight, to some degree. And we're just going by the book.
Okay.
We're just going by the book. She was 13.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's do the timeline.
Okay.
By the time she was rescuing me from my cocaine binge, she was a consenting adult, and I got to tell you, she was a classy lady. So this wasn't no 1, 2, 3 overnight thing.
Right.
We knew each other for years and years and years, going on back decades.
The police store is open. It's open for business. It's a 24-hour police store. And you can go online and cop more pleas if you like.
Okay.
Of knowing each other.
Okay.
So this wasn't no overnight fluke thing at all. This took major time of us knowing each other. I actually got very attached to the family. Judy, Wanda, Oliver, and Moms was like, fine, you could come over. It was like a family thing there, and it was nothing going on as far as trying to get with her.
Right.
But getting to know the family, we got really close, and I became like let's just say a member of the family.
Okay.
If I may say that.
Okay. So now, do you think by me bringing this information to the surface, I'm doing something wrong? Because I'm just going by what was written in the book. I didn't add any sauce to it.
No, Star, I don't. No, I think that, when you first heard this, I would have loved for us to converse, but we can do it this way too. It's just that it gives people the impression that I knew that she was a child, and knowingly, I just still got with her anyway. And that there, I must make absolutely clear that it's not true.
Okay.
So I know you are not trying to say anything negative or whatever. As a matter of fact, you're talking to me with respect,
yes, sir.
and I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make it absolutely clear that I didn't define the timeline
Okay.
from when we met and when she became a consulting adult.
Right.
In the book, you understand?
Okay. All right. So now, with regards to how she helped you in such a way, and most people don't know that she's passed away now. Yes, Sweet Pea.
Yeah, she passed away last year, man.
Yeah. Is there anything that we should know that maybe that you didn't put in the book that maybe could help us understand how this relationship blossomed? Because at that young age people always.
Let me tell you something. When I first met her, she was fun to talk to. As a matter of fact, Judy, Wanda, Oliver, everybody, it was just a fun thing. As years went along, we got cool. As years went along, we got cool and we got to understand each other. And then the thing about it with Paula is she was a very, very nice, sweet person.
Yeah.
I slipped into something, and I think you and I talked about this before. I slipped into the cocaine thing.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I love Paulette for this. It's because when I was slipping deeper and deeper into this cocaine thing,
right,
if it wasn't for her and my sister Penny to stay behind me,
right,
I don't think I'd be sitting here talking to you, man.
yeah,
And I say this, man, because I didn't get a chance to tell her thank you. Like, she passed away and I was on tour.
mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to say all the, because when you're doing them drug things, man, you act erratic. You're totally stupid. You're not respectful to people.
Yeah.
And her and my sister just stayed behind me. And I got to tell you, Star, she was one of the most classiest women.
Yeah.
And I was wilding out. She was one of the most classiest women ever.
Okay.
And we had a long relationship.
Okay.
Her
All
and I.
right. So if I can just to clarify things, yes, she was 13. You were 19. You were in love with her, but this was a platonic relationship. Yes.
This was early on. I enjoyed her company. I grew to love her.
But Flash, in the book, it does specify, love. I couldn't be without her. I never worked. Hang on, Flash. You said I've never worked this hard for something, or I never worked this hard for something like that in my life, quote unquote. I'm looking at the book.
Okay, so I got to say this: the kind of guy that I was, she wasn't feeling me anyway. So I wasn't trying to work for her. I enjoyed her company. We had a long-standing relationship.
Okay.
It got serious until many years later.
Gotcha.
Like I told you, she was a class act.
Okay. Africa Bambaataa, but you didn't really hang out with him like that because he was from Bronx River, and you were from what part of the Bronx again? I forget.
South Bronx, 138th Street, 168th Street, Boston Road, 138th Street, Cypress. That was my general area.
Yeah.
As you know, Burke had his area, Bam had his area, and I had my area.
Yeah.
That was pretty much.
So you knew Bam, and Bam had the huge record collection. Even though he just had one hit, he had the huge record collection. You guys had mutual respect. But now, did you ever hang out with him? Did you ever hear the rumors and all that sort of jazz?
I mean, so to be honest, like, we were always in competition for the audience. So, like, I had the ultimate respect for her and Bam, but quite frankly, we never had coffee and tea. We just never did that.
Right.
I can't tell you that Bam had the most incredible collection, and it was just so hard to fuck with him with them beats, man. It was just...
So the moral of the story is this, basically. This is how I take it. Yo, there's some nasty stuff going on back then too. Like, you got Bambaataa, you know what they saying about that. And I saw a post earlier, Fat Joe was talking about it actually. And Hassan Campbell been, what I'm saying? There was some nasty stuff going on. So allegedly, from what he's saying, from his own words, what I got is he meet a shorty. He didn't know she was 13. He 19. At the time, he didn't know she was 13. He hanging out with her. He wanted to mess with her. He find out she 13. He still want to mess with her, but he say he basically stalled out and was friends with her until she was of age, and then it progressed. It sounded like Tyga to me. Y'all call Tyga nasty for that. What y'all call it? Grooming. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the term for it. It's kind of nasty. And if y'all believe he ain't smashed until he met her at 13, right? I don't know what the age of consent is in New York or wherever this is, but if he 19, she 13, let's say he's 16. You think he waited 3 years? If he's 18, you know he ain't waiting no 5. Come on. I just think it's kind of nasty, man. But you know what I'm saying? We get off that for a moment. I just wanted to call it out for what it is or what it is, and see if y'all was gonna give the same energy to the legend Grandmaster Flash. I think I have a daughter. My daughter is about to turn 16. Shout out Ryan. Shout out Shane, my boy, my son Shane, out there in Arizona. But my daughter, like, she 15. Me even thinking about 19-year-old and her now and she 15, so 13. Come on, son. Come on, man, get out of here, man. It's not what my daughter says. It's giving pedo, son. What else I saw that was on my brain I wanted to talk about today? I forgot, son. It was some. Oh yeah, Bad Bunny. Nah, before I get to Bad Bunny, what I gotta say about Bad Bunny? Trump was tweeting about he was supposed to go to jail today. I looked out my window. I didn't see any MAGA rallies or riots or nothing like that. So I figured it didn't happen. But I did catch this little news clip. Let's see what he was talking about, though.
Brink of a possible criminal indictment by a Manhattan grand jury, former President Donald Trump remaining defiant, weighing in overnight on Truth Social.
Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them.
In a new video, lashing out at Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, now wrapping up his investigation of Mr. Trump's alleged effort to keep an extramarital affair a secret by paying hush money to adult film actress Stormy Daniels.
I'm the only thing standing between the American dream and total anarchy, madness, and chaos.
Grand jurors have heard testimony from former Trump fixer turned fierce Trump critic Michael Cohen, alleging Mr. Trump gave him $130,000 in 2016 to buy Daniels' silence. The former president has denied any wrongdoing. On Monday, a new witness, Cohen's former legal advisor Robert Costello, was asked to testify at the request of Mr. Trump's legal team, blasting Cohen's credibility.
If they want to go after Donald Trump and they have solid evidence, so be it. But Michael Cohen is far from solid evidence.
Cohen's response?
The district attorney has the documentation in order to validate every single statement that I've made.
In Lower Manhattan, law enforcement officials are bracing for possible charges against Mr. Trump, increasing security around the DA's office. Trump's potential Republican presidential rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, taking a dig at Bragg.
That's an example of pursuing a political agenda,
while also taking a veiled shot at the former president.
I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that.
House Republicans launching an investigation of Bragg's investigation, though Democrats say Congress has no jurisdiction over a local DA.
President Trump announced he was going to run for president again. And suddenly here they go. Now they're coming after him for some alleged bookkeeping error. You've got to be kidding me.
And the Manhattan DA's office is firing back at those House Republicans, releasing a statement overnight that reads in part, "We will not be intimidated by attempts to undermine the justice process." Meanwhile, Michael Cohen also mentioned that he was brought back by prosecutors in case he was needed to rebut Costello's testimony yesterday, but was ultimately released without having to do so. Savannah?
All right, Garrett, thank you. Let's bring in Laura Jarrett, NBC senior legal correspondent. Laura, good morning.
Good morning.
All signs are pointing to the former president being indicted by this grand jury. Why do we believe that is likely to be the case?
So, of course, this is not a done deal yet. The grand jury can always decide that it wants to hear other evidence, other witnesses, or it can decide it should not indict at all, or perhaps to...
I don't like light-skinned girls like that, but Lord Jared fine, son.
reduce the charges to a misdemeanor. If, in fact, it goes forward, however, it will be a sign that they obviously did believe in the defense case. You don't have to prove it by a reasonable doubt, but you do have to have probable cause to believe that a crime has been committed.
That I believe the prosecutor's case, if it seeks to indict.
Right, because remember, the prosecution is the one that's in the driver's seat here. The defense team is not even in the room. We heard from Robert Costello, you saw in Garrett's piece. He was obviously there to try to say that Michael Cohen, the person who actually made the payment, can't be trusted. The jury shouldn't believe his story. But the defense team, Trump's lawyers, are not in the room for any of this questioning to try to go back and forth with him.
Let's talk about the charges here. We don't know exactly how it will be charged, but fair to say this is a legally and politically controversial prosecution if it happens.
Yeah, it's a tough case, and partly, you hear a lot about it being politically motivated. That's not a legal argument. The legal argument you can expect to see the president's lawyers make, if in fact he's indicted, is that there was no intent to defraud here. That's what the statute actually requires under New York law. At least we think the falsification of business records in case, it actually requires that intent to defraud, and it's just not clear, given that Trump is, in fact, the Trump organization, where was the intent to defraud? This was, he will say, in all cases, done to protect his family, not about the campaign. And so it's just not at all clear that this is a legal, open and shut case that can be easily made. And, of course, other people will point to say, perhaps of all of the things that he has been under scrutiny for, is this really the first case that is in the best interest to be brought?
We shall see what happens. Laura, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or
I just realized I was muted. So what I'm saying is basically your boy Trump did the same old bullshit. I guess they ain't get him. I think it's a lot of, they just throwing stuff out there to try to discourage his supporters from doing stuff or for him from running or whatever. I don't think he's going to get arrested. Do I think he broke the law a bunch of times? Yeah. Do I think they on some petty shit to get him? Yeah. Do I think he a F-boy? Yeah. What else? If he were to get arrested or whatnot, they're not doing nothing. Like, they showed them that January 6th, they wasn't playing with the MAGA folks. So even if he does get arrested or whatever, it's not gonna be nothing. I don't think Donald Trump really a force no more. So good luck to him. The last thing I had on my brain was this right here. Let's go.
Bunny's ex-girlfriend is suing him for $40 million. Court documents obtained by E! News show that Carlice de la Cruz Hernandez is suing the singer over the Bad Bunny Baby voice memo she says is included in 2 of his songs, Pati and 2016.
Bad Bunny Baby.
As Hernandez, who filed the lawsuit in Puerto Rico earlier this month, states, at Bad Bunny's request, she recorded the phrase in 2015 while she and the Grammy winner were dating. In the complaint, Hernandez goes on to say that though the couple made plans to get married in 2016, their relationship ended that year, with the two rekindling and breaking up again in 2017. Fast forward to May 2022, as Hernandez notes, when she alleges a rep for Bad Bunny reached out to offer a $2,000 payment to purchase the recording. And despite not being able to agree on a deal, Hernandez says in the suit, his album Un Verano Sin Ti, which features 2016, was released that May without her permission. In her complaint, translated to English, Hernandez writes that her distinguishable voice has been used without permission, illegally, and without crediting her for, quote, songs, promotions, albums, concerts worldwide, as well as social media platforms, musicals, television, and radio, among other things. She also claims in her lawsuit that people have commented on her recording, both in person and on social media. The complaint reads, the past has provoked and actually causes De La Cruz to feel concerned, worried, anguished, intimidated, burdened, and anxious. E! News has reached out to Bad Bunny's attorneys for comment.
Time out. Yo, I ain't gonna cap. She might have a case because they discuss business about it. But are they intimidating, threatening? She reaching right there. That's a reach.
Has not heard back.
That's a reach. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. So basically, she did a drop. He asked her, yo, can you say this? Did a drop. And it's only on 2 records, but she want mad dope. I got one, yo, you gotta get rid of her, son, man. She a problem. Like, it's cheaper to. I ain't say that. I ain't mean that. Don't raid Karufa. Don't do that. Don't. I did not mean it. Don't. But it seemed like she kind of got a case here. I don't know if it's worth that much bread though, but she kind of got a case since I think like if you're still shorty and you do some stuff like that, it's on the strength. You know, that's your girl. You've been taking care of her, doing things for her, taking her out, buying the gift, shit like that. That's just something she do for that. Like, she's not an artist. She wasn't an artist. Y'all ain't do it on no business, discussing splits and this, that, and the third. But where you messed up was if you did offer her some bread for it, like if there's a paper trail showing that the rep did reach out to her to offer her bread for that, she got a case. Other than that, I don't think she got no case. I don't think it's nothing. Like, yeah. I got a song. I was trying to find the damn joint because I was listening to it last night, but I did a record. This shit like 15, 20 years ago. And it was crazy. Oh, my bad, I did it again. So, okay. What I was saying. Yeah, so I got a record. I couldn't find it. I was going to play it. I did dumb long ago. And it's actually got my baby mom. My baby mom was in the studio. We've been broke up and everything, but she had brought my daughter to the studio, you know what I'm saying, to kick it with me and everything. So, since she was there and it was this record I had wrote, it was kind of like about her. It's like, kind of, sort of, but not really, but kind of. And so I thought it'd be dope for this part for her to say this part in the record. So she was there. I had to do it. And she did it. I'm gonna play it for y'all when I find it. I had it last night, but I'm gonna play it for y'all. I wish she would try to ask me for some damn money. I mean, I don't have no money. I'm broke. I'm underwashed rapper. But I wish she would ask me for some money for that. It'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And see, the thing with Bad Bunny, he ain't got no baby with the old girl, so, but millions? What did it say, 40 million? However many million? Man, please. But anyway, that's all I had, man. Just wanted to get that off my chest today. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's Red Clay LET, a.k.a. the Wash Rapper, a.k.a. Stepdaddy Clay, a.k.a. your baby mama's favorite baby daddy. We did good tonight. Got some stuff off my chest. Y'all subscribe. Holla at your boy. At Jimmy J Jump on Instagram. Y'all can follow me. Subscribe to the page. We got music reviews coming up. We back on that. You know what I'm saying? The insert is coming back. We got that back popping off. On Thursday, oh yeah, I got something kind of good, like something I wanted to do. Since I'm the Wash Rapper, and like I put in a lot of work. I got hundreds and hundreds of songs. I got songs I wrote for people. Some artists is national artists. Some artists was local artists. And I'm gonna play my records on here, so maybe someday, some way, somebody will find that old shit. And we trying to get the catalog back up and everything on the you know what I'm saying, streaming platforms. I know this shit kind of crazy, but we got a lot of red tape from had the album up and a couple projects. Do got some mixtapes on that Piff. Go check them joints out. Red Clay's Jimmy Jump. Jimmy Jump is dead. All that shit. It's some more joints. The Therapy album, Ron Roll, that mixtape is up there. LHE, the Anastasia articles, the mixtape, that's on Dat Piff. All them joints is like on Dat Piff. We got some of my features and joints on iTunes, all that stuff like that. But we trying to get the catalog back popping for that. So stay tuned. But anyway, this Thursday coming up, same time, same bad channel, 7:00 p.m. We gonna do the listening. The listening is a throwback to like for my first mixtape or project or one of them joints I did, and I had a listening party called The Listening. It was pretty nice. It was done pretty sexy. But I'm bringing that idea to YouTube, and Red Clay's Jimmy Jump is like my first EP I did. And we gonna play that here. I'm gonna tell y'all about the records, like the inspiration behind the records. Like talk about like certain bars that a lot of people have commented on. And we're gonna play the songs, man. Good thing for y'all, it ain't that long. But that's what we're gonna do. So signing out, swallow back, all that. Till next time.
Ah shit, this is what a gangsta party sound like. This is what a gangsta party sound like. Ah shit, this is what a gangsta party sound like. This is what a gangsta party sound.